Second. What's going on, guys? Welcome. Another Chick Talks. What can I say? I'm sitting here saying red meat is bad and it's all gossipy stuff like girls. But then again, I got bills to pay. So let's look at some Chick Talks. This one's going to be a different episode today. We're going to have a lot more fun on it, I swear to God. First things first, if you have your official Don't Eat Paint merch, and I have never thought of a time for this mug to be more applicable than it is now. Don't eat paint, fellas. So I'm going to get to the point here in a minute. If you don't know, because whatever, this is like the most fantastic thing. Mwah, mwah. And it's like, this is a heartfelt story full of like the rise and the fall of big media empires and bad decisions and betrayal and vindication. And oh my God, it's going to be so good. Yes, I am absolutely gloating right now because I made the call earlier. I'm like, no, man. Nah, we hang out with people. I want to like vet your guru, vet your influencer, vet your peers. I want people who are switched on. I'm not going to get with clout for clout's sake and everybody's blowing past. I'm like, oh, is this a bad decision? Are you supposed to do it? Now, oh, today. Unfortunately, it comes on the tail end of a bad thing. So I'll start by telling you guys the story. And then we're going to take a look at how it's made the rounds around masculine Chick Talk, which is essentially Twitter. Jack Murphy. You guys may know of him from his amazing appearance as TradCon Bearded Conservative on the Tim Pool's podcast, available at fine bookstores everywhere. And he had a great story about how his wife divorced him, and then they weaponized, so he wasn't allowed to teach his kids baseball, and so he got himself a new girlfriend. And she's a nice person, well enough. And they have like their little lifestyle where they kind of like swing around and do their things. I'm not going to get into details because not important for the story. To which any red-pilled guy would sit here saying, okay, you want to live your goofy lifestyle, that's fine, just own it. And that's where I'm going to get to the first part here. So where is this? Man, the word grifter's being thrown out a lot. Punch Riot one. There we are. Okay. So the first tweet by yours truly, Ryan Stone tips a thread. So if you guys don't know, during the Christmas season, he was on a live stream with Sydney something or other. She's a traditional conservative TradCon girl, like every other traditional conservative girl. They're, 29. They want to settle down, have a baby, and learn the joy of baking bread. Just like every other traditional woman over the last 700 years. And she got a live chat, which she didn't really know. She just kind of reads them all out because that's what you do. When somebody gives you live chat money, you thank them for their time and then... Oops. Give me my window back. Oh, did I lose my window already? All right, give me it back. Ah, there she is. Yeah, so she asked him about this thing called a cuck article. Now, if you guys don't know, he wrote an article about how he was worried about getting one-itis for his girl. And so he told her, like, go on a Tinder date, have fun, fool around, so that way I can know that I'm not so attached and it makes me more of a man. Or I don't know. I don't understand the logic, but whatever. It's where we're at. So he wrote an article about it, about how great it was, how freeing it was. You may remember other such notable spaces in the space, such as the Tate brothers saying the same thing. It's like, oh, you don't know if you have one-itis for your girl until you've made her a cam whore for a bit. And I'm like, to each his own. But just own it. So he gets on the Sydney Watson show, and I'm not going to put a clip on it because Tim Pool will probably DMCA me, plus it's got a lot of cussing on it. And she asked about it, and he's like, a heartfelt F you, loses his mind, goes on the TradCon podcast yelling at a little girl. And this is generally the point that I made to him. I've told him about this a couple years back. We met briefly in 2018 or 19. I can't remember which. It's been a while. COVID happened. My memory's not where it used to be. And I'm like, yeah, just own it. Like, you've done the family thing. If you want to have a goofy lifestyle, fill your boots. It's nobody's business. But now he went the tough guy route and now yelled on a girl. So you can make fun of him for not owning his stuff. But think about everybody who talked about, and this is the point of the thing, this guy, Roman McClay, and his book, now pulling their own personal FU moments, pretending it didn't happen. So what the heck am I talking about here? If you don't know, this guy has become fairly famous for two things. One, the most pedantic book you've ever seen in your life. And two, for murdering 6 people I guess in Colorado, he went on a bit of a spree. Now, it wasn't a random spree, but it was a spree. Supposedly, from what the cops said, he was known. And it's amazing. The Lumberjack Tradcons now have their Elliot Rogers, so kudos to them. And this is the part that I'm finding absolutely hilarious, and I thought you guys need to see this because I love you guys as an audience, and I would hate to hide things from you. So here we go. Oops, give me it back. Nope, give me the window back. I'm going to have to edit this one afterwards because I suck at grabbing these things. Come on, sir. There she is. So what is he talking about? Noticing a theme. 100% of the people that have had beef with me and the Rule Zero guys over the years, all of them have had nothing but great things to say about Sanction. What's Sanction, you ask? Well, Sanction is his book. I'm going to steal an excerpt from it near. I don't know if it'll pop up properly, but I'll read it to you as well. Roman McClay, author of the great American novel Sanction, moved himself up to a mountaintop, built a cabin compound out of shipping containers as he modified himself, and focused obsessively into crafting his magnum opus. Do you remember? Roosh has done that cabin in the woods thing. Hunter did. Everybody's moving out to a cabin in the woods. And now here they are. Memory holing the shit out of this. And this has been the absolute most funny part of this entire thing, is watching everybody pretend like they've never heard of this guy. I don't know who he is. You even have such notable characters as Punch Riot producer Nick August having to go with the gall, the absolute gall, to say that Punch Riot has never murdered anybody. I'm just as surprised as you are. If you can't have a little bit of fun at this stuff, it's a very tragic event. Why are we poking fun at it, though? Why is it such a big deal? Well, the big deal is because, if you guys don't know, there's been something called the culture war on the internet. Have you guys heard about this? The culture war? Wando, I see you super chat. I'll get to you in a sec. The culture war has been where the Alphabet Mafia, the LGBTQIA21FR2D2, has been sitting here with all these kind of degenerate lifestyles. Can you believe these guys? Drag Queen Story Hour, absolute travesty, dogs and cats. They're calling themselves pigs and birds. We need to bring back normalcy and, like, fight for what you believe in. And that's Mr. Rubin here. Fake outrage. Unusual alliances. Each year it gets weirder. We're going to bring back normalcy. Hey, that looks familiar. Is that not the recent murderer? Yes, allegedly. Art is more effective than facts. He was down there. He was loving Dave Rubin, Jordan Peterson, and I feel bad for these guys because they're just running their grifts. They're just making payments. But because they're just like, any attention is good attention, now they got to walk this off because you know CNN is going after these guys. What's this I hear about you guys having serial killers as your best friends? And these guys are going to have to go back like, who in the hell is this guy? But, and I don't know who this Karen person is, but they have been the best tweets ever that you'll never see. And you're going to see them here first. Damn it, I need to get to chapter 17. Y'all are killing me. Did not age well. Did not age well. Where's my favorite one of this? Here it is. This thread here. He met Dave and Peterson in Colorado. And in 2019, all the famous Twitter personalities that you all know, Alexander Cortez, Ajax, the Pimbo himself, Hunter, Goldman Unleashed, you might remember him as the pickup artist that decided he found Jesus at the bottom end of a pack of mushrooms and burned all of his old degenerate stuff. Good old Jack Murphy himself, who apparently has him in his like masculine community of like-minded men, his League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, telling people Sanction was like anything they've ever read. Fans getting tattoos of the characters. Zuby, the championship female bodybuilder or power lifter, interviewed him because of these rumors. All these videos are gone, by the way, unless you were smart enough to type youtube.pp.com/watching it. At which point you can download them if they're still available. Somebody may or may not have them right now. I don't know if there's a use for them, whatever. Then Karen with the absolute best tweet of 2021. What are you going to do when this blows up? It's going to happen. Oh, tell me here. Don't vet your gurus, boys. Like, I want you to look at this one. Some guy just got 2 more sanctioned tattoos. He has 4. 4 tattoos. Imagine this. Waking up today, having your morning coffee, sitting down. You know what we should do today? Let's check the news. Sitting there, sipping from your don't eat paint mug. Morning, honey. Morning, Bill. Today in Colorado, the guy you just tattooed his book on your arm and your chest and your pec and your forehead just murdered 6 people. And you're like, damn it. That doesn't wash off. Having said that too, I don't know if it'll pop up in here, but I don't know, man. If I'm not mistaken, wasn't this what they did in Nam when they were taking out Viet Cong, as they started placing these things with notches on them? By the way, pickup artists used to call notch counts that every time you slept with a woman. I don't think this is what they meant, so this is definitely a do not murder ceremony here. But oh my god, I don't know why this is all the rage. So here's the big point of this one. I'm having fun. I'm having so much fun. Oh, wait. No, what's the one I want? No, I think this is the one. So this is my swing. This is my olive branch to feminism right now. This is why I understand. This is why girls watch serial killer documentaries. Absolutely true. It's amazing. The best part now is you go to every YouTube channel, every blog, every website, and find every guy who was talking about how it's the greatest book. Never read anything like it. There's one guy on there, a Hunter, has like a 3-hour live stream where they're just walking you through the book as a guide, to which I would argue you shouldn't need a guide to read a book. The book is kind of the guide, but whatever. I just work here. But yeah, watching all this stuff get memory hold. So if you have a chance, if you find something here, archive.is, put it in, send it down to me. My last bowling ball was my best bowling ball. By the way, super shout out to Wando. Thank you for the €2 super chat. First R0 member to post sex tape other than Sterling. This is my equivalent of one of those, man. Oh, absolutely amazing. All right, I got to put this away for a minute because I got to scan through. I'm looking for a specific one. We've got a few more of these to look through. Oh, there was the one I was looking for before. So yeah. Just remember, every content creator that had anything to do with Roman is now memory holing all their silky kind words and fake praise. Make sure you save what you have now before it's gone forever. Vet your gurus. And then, breathe through your balls. Rodney, you might remember him from A, that first takedown of all the lies and slander being thrown at Rollo Tomasi over the 21 convention, or more recently as the guy we just did the Oxidative Priority podcast with on Rule Zero. Taking a look through the rabbit hole. He's finding all of these personalities. Look at that. Does not age well. Oh, you can't see this one, but that's all right. I'll read it out to you. From Zach Small, this book changed my life's perspective. As I read through the book, I realized that my perspective on life was stunted, and I was immediately improved as I was better able to articulate why I enjoy the time I had left on this spinning rock. Sanctioned is a long read, but worth it. I guarantee you after you're finishing it, you'll feel like the marathon runner at the end of the race. It was hard and worth it. And I'm like, did not age well. Tex, another guy from the whole 21 thing, the new great American novel. Calling it that is an inadequate compliment. Oh no, and in it too deep too. 5 live casts talking about the book incessantly. Path to Manliness, talking about the rite of passage with him. Path to Manliness. Absolutely brutal. I say what you will about Breathe Through Your Balls, Rodney here, he's really good. He's really good at undercover research. Joe Lampton. If you guys don't know who this guy is, he is the third world mini-me to the Dr. Evil of the Tate brothers. Also on there talking about how great his book was, which is amazing because I didn't know he could read. Oh, I like Jack Donovan, so whatever. Bobby Dino, Mr. I've been to prison, watch your back. Interviews him, talking about how great he was. Zuby, talking about how great he was. All of these guys have deleted all of these videos already. There's some archive memory holes, but that's it. Now, this is the one. This is where I need your guys' help. In the comments, apparently, thank you, Jack Napier, by the way. Jordan Peterson did a review of the book. I would love to find this. If you guys know where this is, you guys send it to me. Oh, I would love to see it. It's going to be amazing. Absolutely amazing. So now you guys can get caught up on some internet drama here. Is this not as good as like the 43-year-old chicks doing TikToks? I got to tell you right now. So what is this? So why am I bringing up Jack Murphy? Well, turns out he's part of Jack Murphy's Limitable Men, the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, Masculine Spaces. And it turns out Jeremy from the Quartering found his new Captain Marvel. You've thought you've seen the worst of this? Hold on to your hats. Another fantasy article just surfaced on top of a creepy interview about dating 15-year-olds. Things just get worse. A lot of flack for it, too. A lot of flack. I guess it's cosplay. You guys wouldn't understand. But you see what I mean? If you don't own things and the internet finds out, they're going to drive a truck through any insecurity you have. So you got to own it, man. Here's your lesson for the day on that one. Now, if you notice, a lot of guys are getting mad, like, circling the wagons. Hey, you can't talk about that about us. They get tribal as hell. And this is exactly what I hate about the stupid identity politics crap right now. Yeah, the alphabet mafia is goofy, but you just see the trads that keep talking about the culture war, just as bad. Just more beards. But yeah, you can't ignore obvious grifters. They're on your side. Remember this. Every time you think, well, he's one of ours, so it's cool. It's like, how about just have a strong set of values? But hey, it's good. And then why haven't you gone after Fresh and Fit? Oh, boy. You know what? As much as I never used to like Jeremy's content, I'm starting to become fond of it. We see eye to eye on so much stuff. Anyways, he did go after those guys, too, for the weird grift stuff, but we're going to move past that. I just have to leave this up because I don't care. As far as images go, this is the greatest thing I've ever seen. I thought I could meme. Now, I don't know what Jason Bourne's doing on the front here, but to be fair, having Mr. El Presidente, along with your little MGTOW dictionary guy and Jack in the Star Wars thing, it's just like, mwah. Everybody here circling the wagons. Oh, this isn't good. This isn't very nice. Emails and harassment to poor Jeremy. Donate money to his have to put up with this bullshit fund. JM is law. Stop attacking him or else. Poor guy. Oh, here's the point that ties it all together. This is where we found out. So this guy, Counter Dashenko-ist, I don't know who he is or why, but hey, thank you, Autism, for giving the internet stuff. Looks like Timcast and Claremont fellow Jack Murphy Live has locked his account to hide the 100 of tweets Denver mass murderer Roman McClay replied to. Too many. Turns out, McClay is a huge fan of Jack, part of his private community. Look at that. There it is. Member of his liminal order. So if you know, here's all these. Everybody has private communities. And they always got to be like the adjective of masculine reference. The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. The masculine of alpha and alphaness. The liminal order. Make men better men. Unless they're serial killers. In which case, yeah, that wasn't my fault. And I don't mean to make light of the thing. Because murder, nobody should ever. Like, I can't believe I'm coming out and saying this, but it's the internet. So, like, I'm against murder. But geez, boys. Look at that. So when you have your private masculine community, I like to think that the best thing you could do is not have anybody murder anybody within it. But hey, what do I know? So what happens? Jack doubles down. His fiancée have been the revenge porn, sexual scandal, a close associate. Everybody who's basically called him out for all this stuff that he refused to acknowledge when he could have just owned it and been cool with it. Has to call them all revenge porns. And I'm like, oh, dude. And then at the end, do you know what I love about this? Still on brand. Hey, Glenn Beck, what do you think about this? He's like, hey. It's like, you remember that Dave Chappelle sketch where he was talking about Kramer? And he's like, yeah, that sucked when he dropped all that stuff. Made me angry. But I know as a comedian, he was probably thinking, yeah, I'll get him the next set. Even now, he's talking to Glenn Beck. Hey, can I have a job? Talk about this cancel culture thing? Dude. Remember this. Remember this when you buy into whatever nonsense there is about the alphabet mafia and woke people and cancel culture. Yeah, you put the lumberjack tradcons into a corner, they'll do the same thing. The same thing. People are just horrible. Horrible people. Horrible. Anyways, Glenn Beck never responded. And of course, Vito, if you don't recognize him from a wonderful podcast, what the hell's that thing called? The Dick Show. He's pulling the revenge porn dodge. It's official. The man's career is over. And I don't mean to laugh, but whatever. And so we're going to end this one off with 2 points here. Dear Jack, at this point, you need to stop going around threatening people. You have a platform. Just make a video and own it. Just address the video of you talking about peeing on your girl after... Okay, what? I should have vetted my tweets. I should have vetted my tweets. Holy sweet. What? Somebody tried to send me this too, but apparently Twitter is blocking any spread of this thing. So I have a feeling Jack has talked to Jack at Twitter, and now this is being memory holed. So talk to your senators, sir. Talk to your senators. Anyways, we're going to goof around and chat in a minute here. I'll end on this. Band-Aid Dempsey, Demph McGee. If you guys don't know him, he's a switched-on guy. He talks about first aid and all that kind of thing. And he'll leave us with a point of wisdom, because I hate leaving you guys without having something fun to talk about here. So, in a crazy way, Jack Murphy really did hand out some real important life lessons. So, yeah, I want you to think this New Year's season, stay safe, drive safe, don't drink and drive, don't pass your wife around, don't murder 8 people, and if you write a book, have it make sense. And I guess that's the other thing. So a lot of us tried to read it because there was so much hype surrounding it. Everybody was talking about it. So guys like Rule Zero Dad in the chat and myself, all right, well, check it out. We were actually on, and it's a big shout out now to Nick August and Rob and them with their Burn It Down podcast. Burn It Down podcast. I'll see if I can find a link to it. If you guys have it, throw it in the chat. I'll put a pin on it. But it turns out we all had the same experience. Like, I tried reading the book, and the first introduction was just talking about... McCreed, thank you for the wonderful thing there. Yeah, let them burn. Oh, anyways, so we were talking about it, and the first chapter I tried to read, the introduction, it was basically calling me an idiot for not understanding. And I'm like, I'm not going to read a book that's going to talk shit about me in the introduction. So I stopped reading. Nick tried reading it. He goes, it's just gobbledygook. It's like somebody, what did he call it? And I should go back. I should have got the quote for this one, but I don't want to steal their content. I would suggest you guys go check out the Let It Burn podcast on Nick August channel, because it's absolutely worth it. It's like an altered mental patient's diary. Here was our impression. We called it a fantasy fan fiction manifesto or something like that. It was pretty, like, everybody wanted it to be good, but it just, here's what you do. If you want to write this book, make 1,000,000 words. For every adjective and verb, use a thesaurus and pick out the longest, most convoluted words you can find to switch them out. And then that way, use like at least 3 or 4 Nietzsche quotes per chapter. And then out of your 40 chapters, you can almost make sense of it. So from a content creator, oh, thank you, Marty. You're the wonderful man ever. It comes near the end. It's once Chest Rockwell or Rule Zero Dad comes in there, so you'll like it. Anyways. So we are on the record as officially the only people who didn't have to delete 50 videos to pretend that we thought this was a good idea, because we didn't. We're like, this is nonsense. So now we're the only ones not having to scrub our social media profiles. God bless. On that note, is it good that I don't have a clue about any of this? It's absolutely good you don't have a clue about any of this. But in the same way that I don't watch sports, but I'll watch the highlights. That way when I get into work, somebody can talk to me about stuff and I can hold a conversation. Now, when somebody brings up Lumbercuck, you know exactly what to say. Anyways, the book is bad. Having said that, it's sold way more than me, so I'm kind of jealous. I never thought of his particular marketing strategy, but, you do what you can, right? Anyways, I'm going to goof around in the chat. We're going to end this one off. Let me put something aside here, because I think somebody might have just sent me something very important that I need to know. Oh my gosh. Okay, we got one more.
For 69, guys.
No. Shush. There it is. Oh no. If I get demonetized, this is what's going to do it. All right, guys, this is an exclusive. I've never seen this before. If anybody knows I should not do it, do I do it? Do I not do it?
69 for 69, guys.
69 for 69.
Yes, I have definitely fucked guys before.
Oh, I think I'm done. Okay, I'm done. That's all I got time for. Well, you heard it here first. Us degenerate pickup artists I gotta say, and from the deepest well of my heart, there has been like a big schism between the Rule Zero guys. That's myself, that's Rolo, that's Rich, that's John, that's Troy, and then everybody else who was the bastion of goodness against us evil, evil, evil men. And I feel somewhat vindicated. So yeah, I'm running a victory lap, and I'm just glad you guys could be here for this. Oh my god, I'm so this. And here, this channel's not going to make any money off of this video. I'm telling you right now, it's not. There's no way in hell. But I hope you guys enjoy yourselves. I hope you enjoyed this. We're going to get into a bigger deep dive with it with Rolo. We're going to talk about it for hours. We're going to have a lot of fun with it. I have the gym today between 4 and 5, so I might have to skip the middle of it depending on when he starts. But I hope you guys enjoyed yourselves. And remember the lesson. Own your shit. It's all you got to do. You can be a degenerate if you want to. You can be a tradcon patriarch if you want to. Just own your shit, because nobody cares what you do. People only care that you lied to them about it, you know? And I'm not angry. I'm just disappointed. Anyways, check out the link. I have it as the pinned comment in the live chat for the Burn It Down podcast, or Let It Burn podcast, sorry. And keep an eye out on Twitter. And here, I'll put you out a link to the Rolo stream when we start it. So, cheers, guys. Okay, I can't cheers. You guys are killing me in the comments here. All right, let's switch this over. Let's get some comments going. Playing with chat. Let me get you guys out here. There she is. Man, I showed up once the lights came on and only fat chicks and meth heads are left. And Red Jive, absolutely greatest piece of advice ever. Well, don't kill people. And I think that's a solid New Year's message. My New Year's resolution this year is not to kill anybody and not to have a hetero or homosexual porn tape. I think these are reasonable goals, and we could probably make it. He pulled the shoot on it at the perfect time. Oh, you're telling me you watched it and it gets worse, doesn't it? Oh, no. Don't kill anybody on purpose. Own your shit except for your diabetes. Get rid of that. Absolutely. Can we have one normal day? One normal day. All right, guys. Yeah, Merc, I don't blame you. Don't watch this. Guys, honestly, don't watch this video. This was absolute trash TV, and I'm embarrassed for making it. But you know what? I got bills to pay, and this is the year of red meat. That, and I'm vindictive. It's like I've been telling you before. No, you should be better than that, Ryan. And I'm like, no, I'm not. You guys have a good New Year's. Don't forget, merch is live. Go grab your own Don't Eat Paint cup, by the way. We also got the shirt, the hoodie. Been absolutely crazy. Many people just got them as their Christmas gifts. It's going to be good. And if you want to read a book that doesn't involve anybody murdering 6 people or anybody passing their wife around, read Fuck Files. It's in the description right now. It's a good read. It's well thought out. It follows a coherent plot, a story. It's spelled right. And it's readable at least at an 8th grade reading level. So none of this pedantic nonsense book stuff. Anyways, I'll catch you guys later. Cheers.